Hello, welcome to my channel, Accounting for Beginners. For those who are watching me for the first time, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Daniel Amoako. I'm an ACCA Chartered Accountant. I provided accounting services such as bookkeeping and others, including also teaching accounting for more than 20 years. I don't want to waste your time. Let us get into the video. What we are going to talk about today, or the subject that we are going to discuss, is return artworks. I've already done a video on the return works, so this is the continuation. If you've not watched that particular video, you can click on the show more section and click on the link and go and watch that particular video. Those who are watching me for this first time, this I teach. I prepare my own simple notes so that I go through the notes with you. And whatever I have to explain, I explain it so that at the end of the day, you really understand the notes. The notes are very simple, and so when I go through with you, you can easily understand it. Let us start the topic. So it is the fourth topic to be treated, and it's return artworks. So what are return artworks? These are goods purchased from suppliers and returned to them. It may be due to many reasons, such as goods damage in transit. So an organization will buy goods from its suppliers. Then upon the arrival of the goods, they will realize that some of the goods are damaged or the wrong goods has been supplied. So they have to return it back to their suppliers. And this is what we call in accounting return artworks. 5, debit note. These are issued to suppliers for return goods. To distinguish from an invoice, it is printed red in color. It is called a debit note because when goods are purchased on credit, the supplier's accounts are credited in their purchase ledger. Therefore, when goods are returned to them, the account should be debited to reduce the organization debt. Hence the name. It shows the date, names, and addresses of seller and buyer, debit note number, details of the items returned, and the total amount. So let me explain. So what is a debit note? A debit note is printed and sent back to the supplier. The reason being that whenever goods are bought on credit, you go to your purchase ledger and you credit your supplier because you are owing the supplier. So you become what a payable to the supplier or a creditor to the supplier. So definitely when you return back some of the goods back to them, then you have to what? You have to debit the purchase ledger in order to reduce the amount that you are owing them. That's why we call it a debit note. And to differentiate it from a normal invoice, it is always printed in red. And these are the details. It shows the dates, names and addresses of seller and buyer, debit note number, details of items returned, and total amount. Let us continue. Says, what is a return artwork book or journal? This is a subsidiary book of account where daily return of goods purchased on credit only, but not cash purchases are recorded. So the return artwork day book or journal is a subsidiary book of account, so that as goods are being returned daily to the supplier, they will be recorded in the return day book. It is only goods purchased on credit, but not cash purchases. Cash purchases means that you pay the goods, you buy the goods and you pay at once prompt. But purchase on credit, you buy the good or purchase the good, then the payments made the payments will be made what in the future. So return day book or journal, the purpose is to record daily return of goods what to suppliers. Okay, the purchases ledger. These are personal ledgers to record individual payable. That's the credited. And the return goods are recorded. So the purchase ledger, as I said, when you purchase an item from somebody on credit, you have to go to the purchase ledger and credit the amount that you are owing the person. So the person becomes payable to you. So when you return the goods, definitely you have to go and debit it so that you reduce the amount. So that the purchase ledger is where the personal ledger of your suppliers or those who are owing, whereby you go and debit in order to reduce the amount that you are owing for the goods return. C, return outward account. This is an account to record total returns to suppliers. This account is found in the general ledger. So I said, when you return goods to your suppliers, you debit your purchase ledger account. Okay, after that, the corresponding entry, because it's a double entry system. Please, I've made a video on the double entry system. You can go and watch that video also. You click on the show more section, then you go and watch. But double entry simply means that we don't have a single entry in account. Whenever a transaction is made, it's affected two accounts. There's one account giving and the one account receiving. So the account that is giving out will be credited and the account that is receiving will be debited. So yeah, that's why we say that for every debit entry, it has a corresponding credit entry. So when you buy goods on credit from a customer, definitely you credit your account. But when you return goods to them, you debit the account to reduce them. And then the corresponding entry of the debit that you've done in the purchase ledger is that you go to your general ledger and your return outwards account, you credit in order to complete the double entry. Let us go for return outward daybook procedure. So the procedure that you go through with the return outward daybook, how you're going to record it. A, take the debit note and record the following in the return outward daybook. So you take your debit note because that's what you issued to your supplier to show that the goods that you return the value and so forth. So that you use that particular one to record it in the return outward daybook. And this is how you go about it. But you take it, then you record the following from the debit note. The date, that's the date of the transaction. That's the date. Individual payable names, that your supplier's name. The debit note number. So the debit note number will also be called IP. Each amount and total sum, and the total sum or amount involved. So the total sum involved, each amount involved, and the total sum involved will also be recorded. Then the folio, the purchase ledger page the supplier account can be traced. So the purpose of the folio is to help or to speed up or make it easy in order to trace the supplier's account in the purchases ledger. So it is the number of the purchases ledger whereby you can trace your supplier will be given. That's the page number will be indicated at the folio column of the return daybooks. Okay. B, transfer individual account to the purchase ledger. So after you've recorded your purchase daybook or return daybook, then you take all those that you've returned goods to them. You take them one after the other you see their names on the return actual book. Then you go to your purchases ledger, and as I said, you debit all of them to the amount because once you purchase on credit, the purchase ledger, you have credited them, showing that you are owing them. But when you return some of them, you have to reduce it. So you go to the purchase ledger again, and you debit all of them. Then the next thing, take the total sum to the return outward account in the general ledger. Then the corresponding entry, you go to the general ledger And the return towards account what you credit or. So that's the procedure. Let us look at the example of a debit note. So this is how a debit note looks like. So you show debit note number. So the debit number, in this case, DBN 4460. And this is the name of what the buyer is, Mr. Domo, and it shows his name and address. It shows Mr. Domo, 34 Young Street, and the date is 16 May 2010. And this is the name of the supplier, Famous Limited. 40, the name and his address is Famous Limited, 40 Snow Street. And then these are the following also can be found, the details, the price per price each, and the total amount you bought. So the details show that 4 laptops, and the price each is 2,000, and the total value is what? $8,000. Let me go over again. Show the details that the goods that Mr. Dormon is returning back to Famous Limited. You show details, 4 laptops, price each $2,000, and the total amount you bought $8,000. So this is how a debit note looks like. Okay, let's continue. Say, record this debit note in Mr. Domo return artwork debut. So let's see how we record it. So we have the return artwork debut. It shows the dates, the details, note number, folio, and amount. So the date 16 May 2010. So that's the date. 16 May 2010. That's the date. Okay. The details. It's Famous Limited because Mr. Domo is returning the goods to Famous Limited. So it shows Famous Limited. The note number, that's the debit note number is what? DBN 4460. So we have DBN 4460. Then the folio, where in the purchase ledger account, that the Famous Limited account can be found is purchase ledger page 22. So that's the purpose of the folio. And the amount involved is what? $8,000, which is what the So let us look at an example. Example from the return actual day book of Mr. Dormon, prepare the purchase ledger and the return actual account. So example, this is the return actual day book of Mr. Dormon. So we are going to use it to prepare the purchases ledger and the return actual account. So let us go through. So the purchases ledger. So let us go through. Before we prepare the purchases ledger and the return actual account, let us go to the return actual debut. So this it has the date, the details, note number, folio, and amount. So let us go through one after the other. It shows 25/9/2016. The detail that the date shows 25/9/2016. The details, Richard Limited. Note number, that is what? The debit note number, DBN 2120. Folio PL12, that is the purchase ledger P12. That is where Richard Limited or Richard Limited account can be found. And the amount involved is what? $12,000. The next one, date 2/10/2016. Details, More Limited. Note number, DBN 3240. Folio PL20. Amount, $58,500. The next one, date 5/10/2016. Details, Swan Limited. Note number, DBN 5191. Folio PL25. And amount for $6,500. The next one, date 9/10/2016. Details, Daniels Limited. Note number DBN 1850. Folio PL30. Amount $4,500. The next one, date 12/10/2016. Details, Unlimited. Note number DBN 1458 and folio PL35, and the amount involved $8,000. The next one, date 20/10/2016. Details, Evans Limited. Note number DBN 6155, folio PL49, and the amount involved $3,400. The next one, 23/10/2016, that's the date. Details, James Limited. Note number DBN 3050, folio PL51, and the amount involved $7,000. Then the last one, 24/10/2016, that's the date. Details, Sons Limited. Note number DBN 5656, folio PL55, and the amount was $6,800. It has a total of $106,700. So let us look at how you record it first in the purchase ledger. So you go to the purchase ledger, we debit all of them, because when we bought on credit, we credited all of them in the purchase ledger. So as we are returning goods to them, Dr. Domo is returning goods to Famous Limited that he bought the good, is going to debit all of them, the accounting, but in the purchase ledger. So let us take the one after the other. So the first one, 25th, the date is 25/9/2016. The details, Rachel Limited. We exclude the debit note number in the ledger. We exclude it. So let me explain. So folio P12, the amount about $12,000. So we have date 25/9/2016. Details, Rachel Limited. Then folio PL12, and the amount involved $12,000. So let us go through it. So that is page number. Page in the personal purchases ledger, the personal ledger, we have page 12, Rachel Limited. We are debiting his account. So date 25/9/2016, particulars. ROA means return at what account. That's where the corresponding entry will be found. And the folio RD29. I assume that this return at what day book is what is number 29. So 29, and the amount involved with $12,000. So that's the first one. Let us go to the second one. So the second one is 2/10/2016. That's the date. Then the details is what more limited. Folio PL20, and the amount about $58,500. So that's all. Page 20. More limited account. We are debiting also date 2/10/2016, particulars, ROA, folio RD29. I assume that the return at what day book is number 29, and the amount for $58,500. Our next one is the date 5/10/2016. Details, Swan Limited, folio page PL25, the amount $6,500. So PG, page 25, Swan Limited, being debited, date 5/10/2016, particulars, ROA, return at what account corresponding entry can be found, folio RD29, and amount about $6,500. The next one, 9/10/2016. That's the date. The details, Daniels Limited. Folio PL30, the amount of $4,500. So let us go to the PL30. So PG30, the name Daniels Limited, being debited, date 9/10/2016, particulars ROA. Then folio RD29, the amount involved $4,500. The next one, 12/10, day 12/10/2016. Details, Hans Limited, folio PL35, the amount of $8,000. So PG page number 35, Hans Limited, is being debited. Date 12/10/2016. Particulars, return artwork account, folio RD29, the amount of $8,000. So the next one, 20/10/2016, as the date, then details, Evans Limited, folio PL49, the amount of $3,400. So PG 49, Evans Limited, is being debited. Date 20/10/2016, particulars ROA, folio RD29, and the amount of $3,400. And the last batch one, 23/10/2016, that's the date, the details, Thames Limited, the folio PL51, the amount of $7,000. So PG51, Thames Limited, 23/10/2016, particulars ROA, folio RD29, and the amount of $7,000. So the last one. 24/10/2016, that's the date. The detail, Sons Limited, folio PL55, the amount was $6,800. So the last one, PG55, name is Sons Limited, is also being debited. Date 24/10/2016, particulars ROA, and the folio is RD29, and the amount was $6,800. So we finished with the personal ledger, debited all of them. Then the next thing is that at the end of the month, we take the total amount of $106,700. We take all to the general ledger and go ahead credit it in order for the double entry to be completed. So at the end of the month, 30th, 2016, the detail is being transferred to the general ledger, and the general ledger, that's the folio number GL80, and the amount is of $106,700. So let us go to the general ledger. So we come to the general ledger, page 80, return actual account, and it's being credited for the double entry to be completed. So date 30/10/2016, particulars, returns, folio, returns table of 29, and amount of $106,700. So you realize that the purpose of the table is that what you don't want to go to the general ledger and credit each return outward one after the other. So what you do is that We record all in the return outward table. Then out of them, we take the total to the, what in this case, $106,700. We take all the total to the whole. We take the total whole to the general ledger and credit it there, so that the general ledger will not be empty with so many numerous entries to make it untidy. So that's the purpose of the return outward table. So in a nutshell, that's how you go about with the return outward table. We have come to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please go over and watch the video several times. You cannot watch a video accounting subject just once and you think you are okay. You are not okay. So watch it several times, so that the reason I'm saying the accounting is a principle. The more you watch it, the more you understand it, the more it becomes familiar to you. So watch it several times. And please, I want you to do this thing for me. Like and also share this video. Share it to your friends and so forth, and also inform them about the Accounting for Beginners channel. The reason why I purposely created this channel is that most of those who want to learn accounting seems complex and difficult to them. So I have simplified it so that anybody, even if you are non-accountant, when you go through or you watch my videos, it has been so simplified that you can easily understand it, so that everybody will have those who want to acquire accounting knowledge will have the benefits of what understanding it whenever they watch the video. So tell your friends about them so that they can also come and watch it, and it will also help and benefit them. Those who are students and you are struggling with your accounts, or the accounts is becoming complex to you, you can contact me. I have my email and also my telephone number below. Go to the show more that you see all there. You can contact me so that I will help you to in order to be able to understand accounting and go and buy accounting lessons. Whatever accounting exam that they said in order to test your understanding of the subject. So if you don't understand it, definitely you fail. And what gladdens my heart is that I will teach a student, and the person will go and read this and come up with planning college. And perhaps it gladdens my heart that for anything. So if you are there, you're a student, you are struggling with accounting, come and see me and let me help you. Also, anybody who wants to learn accountant, whether accountant or non-accountant, you can also contact me and also help you. Apart from liking and share the video, I want to also comment so that I can improve upon the video. And last but not the least, I also want you to subscribe. Each week, I make 2 or 3 videos so that anytime that I make a new video, it can be sent to you. And also, as I said, I'm a chartered accountant. I practice bookkeeping, including providing other accounting services more than 20 years. If you're a business person or you need somebody to keep your account for you, other bookkeeping or do any accounting work for you, you can contact me so that what I do it for you. I have after you go to the show more section, I have my email address and telephone number. So bye and WhatsApp for my net. Bye.